Welcome everyone to the first class of complete introduction to NumPy. So NumPy is a powerful open source library which is present in the Python programming language. So NumPy can be used for scientific computing. So the scientific computing like finding the values of the mathematical operations, mathematical formulas, and also we are going to need NumPy for creating multi-dimensional array and matrices. For that, the NumPy is very useful. And also we are going to discuss about the concept why the NumPy is faster than list. In list, the values are stored in discontinuous places. But in the case of NumPy, the values are stored in continuous places. So that's the most important difference between NumPy and list. For the discontinuous place, the indexing concept is very slow. For that only the list is slower than NumPy. And also the NumPy can be used for the low level languages like C and Fortran. So we can use NumPy for more memory efficient than Python list. So why the NumPy is faster than list is nothing but NumPy stores the values in continuous place. But in list, the values are stored in discontinuous place. For example, if you want to search any value in the list, it takes more amount of time. But in the case of NumPy, it takes only less amount of time because of continuous place. So there are many types of array in NumPy. We are going to discuss one by one in the upcoming class. So the first one will be the 0-dimensional array, and then 1-dimensional array, 2-dimensional array, 3-dimensional array, and then multi-dimensional array. So there are many data types in NumPy. So you can use integer data type, float data type, boolean data type, complex data type, object data type. So there are three advantages of NumPy: high performance, memory efficiency, vectorized operations. So that's it. We have completed the introduction to NumPy. In the upcoming class, we are going to discuss about how to create a NumPy and how to create a functions in NumPy. Welcome everyone to the second class of NumPy. In today's class, we are going to discuss about how to install NumPy in Python, and also we are going to discuss about how to import the NumPy package. For that, first we are going to discuss about how to install NumPy. For that, you have to type the command. You have to type pip install NumPy. So that's the syntax for installing NumPy. In Google Colab, you have to type symbol before pip. After that only your output will execute. So in other IDEs, you don't have to type symbol for installing the packages. In Google Colab, you have to type symbol for installing the package. NumPy is already installed in my computer. So you can see Python 3.10 already installed the NumPy package. So after that, we are going to discuss about how to import the NumPy package in Google Colab. For that, you have to type the code import, and then you have to type the package NumPy as np. We are going to call NumPy as np. So you have to run the code for importing the package of NumPy. So in the upcoming class, we are going to discuss about how to create NumPy array. Welcome everyone. In today's class, we are going to discuss about the types of NumPy array. For the first, we are going to create 0-dimensional array, and then we are going to create 1-dimensional array, multi-dimensional array. First, we are going to create 0-dimensional array. You have to type n equal to np dot, np is nothing but NumPy, and then you have to type dot array of. Inside that, you can type your own value. I'm going to type 1. If you run this code, so after that you have to print the value of n, and then you have to run the code. You can see 1. So this is the syntax for creating 0-dimensional array. So after that, we are going to discuss about how to create one-dimensional array. For that, we are going to type n equal to np dot array of. Inside that, you have to type the square bracket and then you have to type the value 1, 2. So that's the syntax for creating one-dimensional array. For zero-dimensional array, you don't have to type square bracket. For one-dimensional array, you have to type square bracket. So 1 square bracket equal to 1 dimensional. 2 square bracket, it will be considered as 2 dimensional. 3 square bracket will be considered as 3 dimensional. For the simple way of understand NumPy dimension, you have to remember the square brackets. 1 square bracket will be considered as 1 dimensional array. 1 dimensional NumPy array. So after that, we are going to discuss about how to create 2-dimensional array. For that, you have to create a variable n equal to np dot. So np is nothing but numpy dot array of. Inside that, you have to type 2 square bracket. After that, you have to type the value 1, 2, comma, and then you have to type the second values 2, 5. So that's the syntax for creating 2-dimensional array, because there are 2 square bracket. For the simple way to understand, you have to remember the square brackets. So after that, we are going to print the value of n. So you can see the output 1, 2 and 2, 5. So after that, we are going to discuss about how to create 3-dimensional array. For that, we are going to create a value n equal to np dot array of. So inside that, you have to type 3 square bracket. So 3 square bracket is nothing but 3-dimensional. And then you have to type the values. So you can type your own values 3, 4. So that's the syntax for creating 3-dimensional array. 3 square bracket for 3-dimensional. After that, we are going to print the value of n. So you can see 1, 2 and 3, 4. So that's it. In today's class, we have discussed about how to create 3-dimensional, 2-dimensional, 1-dimensional, 0-dimensional NumPy array. Welcome everyone. In today's class, we are going to discuss about ending function in NumPy. So if you don't know how to find the dimensions of the array, we are going to need the ending function for finding the dimension of array. For that, we are going to see an example. We are going to copy and paste the 3-dimensional array from the previous class. So you have to copy and then you have to paste. We are going to find the dimension of this array. For that, you have to print. Inside that, you have to type n dot ndim. N dot ndim. So if you try to run the code, it will generate the dimensions of the array. So the dimension will be 3. So in the previous class, I told you that 3 square bracket comes, it will be considered as 3-dimensional. If you don't know how to find the dimension, you have to use ending function. Hello everyone, in today's class, we are going to discuss about dtype function in NumPy. So dtype is very useful for if you want to find the data type of the NumPy array, you have to use the dtype. For that, we are going to see an example. So you have to type n equal to np dot array of. So we are going to create 1-dimensional array and then we are going to find the data type of the NumPy. For that only, we are going to need the dtype function. You have to type n dot dtype. That is nothing but data type of the NumPy. So it will be generated as integer 64. So 1, 2 is nothing but integer data type. Also, we are going to discuss about typecasting in NumPy. For that, we are going to convert the integer data type to float data type. For that, you have to type comma dtype equal to float. We are going to convert the integer NumPy array to float. So in the output we can see point value is added for converting the integer type to float. Also you can type other functions of the float. So you can see 16 to 56, 32, 64, 80. So there are many types of float. So you can also use own float for your project. So the D type can be used for both finding the data type of the NumPy array and also typecasting for the NumPy. Also you can change the integer data type to string data type using the D type function. So you have to type string underscore for converting the integer data type to string data type. So that's it. In today's class, we have discussed about D type in NumPy. So D type is useful for finding the data type and also typecasting. Welcome everyone. In today's class, we are going to discuss about another function in NumPy, that is aRange function in NumPy. So if you want to create a random range of NumPy array, you have to use the aRange function. So we are going to create an array in the range n equal to np dot, and then you have to type the function aRange. So aRange will be the function for creating the range of array. For that you have to type the value 10. We are going to create 10 value NumPy array. So if you try to run the code, you can see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's the range of 10. So you have to remember the concept of index. So the index starts from 0. So 0 to 9 it will be considered as 10 values. We are going to see another example. We are going to create the range of 20. So you have to type 20 code. So you can see 0 to 19 values are present. So 19 values are present because 0 starts. So that's the first index. In today's class, we are discuss about aRange function in Python. So aRange is nothing but we are going to create the range of array. Hello everyone, in today's class we are going to discuss about how to combine two or more array in NumPy. For that we are going to create a function concatenate. So concatenate is useful for combining two or more array. First we are going to create an array n equal to np dot array of, we are going to create one dimensional array 1, 4. And then we are going to create second array np dot array of 2, 5. We are going to combine these two array using the concatenate function. For that we are going to create a new array b equal to np dot concatenate of. So inside the bracket you have to type the values of the array. So the array variable will be a and n. So you have to type double bracket a comma n, and then we are going to print the value of b. So in the output you can see the a array 2, 5 and then n array 1, 4 are combined in the array of b. So that's the use of concatenate function. Welcome everyone. In today's class we are going to discuss about n minimum function. So n minimum function is very useful for if you want to create multi-dimensional array, you have to use n minimum function. For that we are going to see an example. We are going to create 10-dimensional array. So for that you have to type a equal to np dot array of, first we are going to create one-dimensional array. So you have to type 1 square bracket, inside that you have to type the value 1, 2. And then we are going to convert that one-dimensional array into 10-dimensional array. So you have to type n minimum equal to 10. 1 dimensional will be converted to 10 dimensional array. So after that you have to print the value of A, and then we are going to print the dimensional of the A dot n minimum. So in the output you can see 10 square brackets are created. First, 1 dimensional is converted to 10 dimensional. For 1 dimensional, 1 square bracket. For 10 dimensional, 10 square bracket. So you have to count the number of square bracket. So it will be considered as 10 square brackets. And also you can see the dimensional. So dimensional is changed from 1 dimensional to 10 dimensional. So that's the use of n minimum. Welcome everyone. In today's class we are going to discuss about how to iterate the elements one by one using the enditer function. For that we are going to see an example how to iterate the elements one by one. So we have to create a NumPy array n equal to np dot array of. So we are going to create an array 1, 4, 6, 3, 6, 3, 8. You can type your own values. After that, we are going to iterate the elements. For iterate the elements, we are going to need the for loop. For I, n, and then you have to type np dot, you have to call the function enditer of A. So that's the array, and then we are going to print the value of I. So by doing this, we can call the elements one by one. So output will show 1, 4, 6, 3, 6, 3, 8, 2. So the function is wrong. You have to type enditer. You have to remove one t from the function. So you have to remove one t from the function, and then you have to run the code. So you can see the values of the NumPy array iterated one by one. Also you can use the enditer for finding the even numbers and odd numbers. For that we are going to see an example. You have to use the if condition. If I divided by 2 equal to 0. So the value of I divided by 2, the remainder gives 0. It will be considered as even number. So what are all the values divided by 2 which gives the remainder 0, that will be considered as even numbers. So if you want to find the odd numbers, you have to change the not equal to 0. So in the output you can see 1, 3 and 3. So 4, 6, 6, 8, 2. These are all the even numbers. So that's it. In today's class we have discussed about how to iterate the elements one by one using the enditer function. Welcome everyone. In today's class we are going to discuss about what are all the functions available in NumPy. For the first we are going to discuss about copy function in NumPy. So copy function is nothing but we are going to create an array from the original array. For that we are going to create an array x equal to np dot array of, we are going to create single dimensional array 1, 5. And then we are going to create a new array with the copy of x. For that you have to type the variable name dot copy of. So the variable will be x. And then we are going to print the value of x and z. So you have to run the code. So in the output you can see the value will be copied from the original array. Z copied from the x array. Same values 1, 5, 1, 5. So that's the use of copy function. So after that we are going to discuss about how to change the values in the NumPy. For that, first we are going to create an NumPy. You have to type a equal to np dot array of, we are going to create one dimensional array 1, 4, and then we are going to print the value of a. So if you run the code, you can see the values 1, 4. So after that, we are going to change the value. You have to remember the index concept. 1 will be the index of 0. So you have to type a square bracket of, inside that you have to type the index position 1 equal to 0. So 1 will be the index position of 4 value. We are going to change the value of 4. And then we are going to print the value of a array. So we can also change the index positions. Whatever values, if you want to change, you can change the values. So in the index position of 1, 4 changed to 0. Also, I am going to change the value of 0th index. So the 0th index is nothing but 1. So it will be changed to 0. So it will be changed to 0. 0, 7. So if you want to change the values of the NumPy array, you have to use the change function, and also you have to remember the index concept. So this is the example for one dimensional. So after that, we are going to discuss about how to change the values in the two-dimensional array. For that, you have to create a two-dimensional array n equal to np dot array of 2 square bracket. Inside that, you have to type the values 1, 5, and then you have to type the second array value 3, 6. So we are going to print the value of n. First, 1, 5 is the 0th array. 3, 6 is the first array in the two-dimensional. Also, in the 0th array, 1 will be considered as 0th index. 5 will be considered as first index. So in the first array of the two-dimensional, 3 will be considered as 0th index. 6 will be considered as first index. So you have to remember the concept. In the two-dimensional array, we are going to change the value 0. That's the array. 0th array, that is 1, 5. And then we are going to change the value of the index. So in the 0th array, the 0th index will be 1. 1 will be changed to 9. So 0 is the array. And then 0 is the index position. So if you run the code, so you can see the values are changed. So you can see 9. 1 is changed to 9. So for the convenience, I'm going to remove all the previous code and run the code. So you can see values of the first array changed to values of the second array. 0th index, that is 0th array, value changed. After that, we are going to discuss about sorting function in NumPy. So sorting can be ascending order and descending order. So we are going to create a NumPy a equal to np dot array of, we are going to create one-dimensional array 2, 1. And then we are going to print the value of a. So after that, I am going to sort the values. For that, you have to print np dot sort. So that's the function. Inside that, you have to type the array name and then axis equal to 0. For axis equal to 0, it will be sorting in the column wise. For axis equal to 1, it will be sorting in the row wise. For one-dimensional, column sort will be possible. For two-dimensional only, row sort will be possible. So you have to print the value. So in the output, you can see 2, 1 is changed to 1, 2. for the one dimensional. So after that we are going to create sorting for two dimensional. For that you have to type double square bracket and then values 3, 1 and 5, 7 or your own values 6, 2. After that we are going to sort the values and then we are going to print the value of b. np.sort of, you have to type the value of the array b, axis equal to 1. Axis equal to 1 is nothing but row wise sorting in two dimensional. So 3, 1 will be changed to 1, 3. 6, 2 will be changed to 2, 6. So that's the row wise sorting 1, 3 and then 2, 6. So that's it. In today's class we are discuss about how to sort in the row wise and the column wise. So after that we are going to discuss about last function in NumPy, that will be searching the elements in the NumPy. We are going to discuss an example. We have to create a NumPy array. We are going to create one dimensional array 1, 2. We are going to find the value of 2. So value of 2 will be generated in the output in the form of index position. For that we are going to create an function x equal to np dot, you have to create a function where a equal to 2. So in the output it generates the index position of the value 2. You have to print the value of x. You have to remember, in the search, output value will be generated as index position of the value. So in the output you can see 1 because the index position of 2 in the NumPy array is 1. So that's why output shows 1. So if you want to find the index value of the one value, you have to change the value and then run the code. So in the output you can see the index position 0. So the value of a is present in the index position 0. Welcome everyone to the first class. In today's class we are going to discuss about how to import the data set for the Pandas, and also we are going to discuss about how to install the Pandas package and how to import the Pandas package. For the data analysis like CSV file, Excel file, we are going to need the help of Pandas. Also Pandas is the library present in the Python programming language. So first we are going to discuss about how to import the data set for the Pandas. In the Google Colab you can see the upload option. You have to select that option and then you have to select your CSV file. So CSV file full form is nothing but comma separated values. So you have to import the CSV file and then you have to select and open the file. So in that you can see the columns like duration, date, pulse, max pulse, calories. So this CSV file will be useful for our Pandas. So we have discussed about how to import the dataset for the Pandas. And then we are going to discuss about how to install the Pandas package. For that you have to type pip install pandas. So before that you have to add the symbol and then you have to run the code. So you can see my Pandas is already installed in the Python 3.10. So that's the step for installing the Pandas. And then we are going to discuss about how to import the Pandas package. You have to type import pandas as PD. So PD is nothing but short form of Pandas. So you have to run and then you can see. So you have to run the code. So you can see your Pandas package is imported successfully. So we are going to discuss about how to read our CSV file using the Pandas package. For that you have to create a variable data equal to PD dot, PD is nothing but pandas read you have to type read hyphen CSV off. Inside the quotation, you have to type the CSV file name and then format data.csv. You have to run the code. So you can see your pandas data set is imported. So that's it. In today's class, we have discussed about how to install the pandas package, and also we have discussed about how to import the data set for the pandas. Welcome everyone to the second class of pandas. In today's class, we are going to discuss about head and tail function in pandas. So first we are going to discuss about head function in pandas. So the concept of head is nothing but we are going to print top 10 values or top 5 values using the head function. So we are going to discuss an example. So you have to print data dot and then you have to type head function. So you have to type head off. So in default, the output will show top 5 values of the CSV file. So you can see in the output, top 5 values are printed in the output 0 to 4. So 0 is the first index. So default head value print top 5 values. So if you want to print 20 or 10, inside the head, you have to type the value. So inside the head, you have to type the value 20 or 10 or 5. So and then you have to run the code. So you can see 0 to 19 values are printed in the output. So these values are present in the CSV file. So that's the use of head function. It prints top values. And then we are going to discuss about tail function in pandas. So tail function is opposite to head function. Head function prints top values. Tail function prints bottom values. So we are going to see an example. You have to print data dot. So you have to print data dot tail off. So in default, bottom 5 values will be printed in the output. So you have to run the code. So you can see bottom 5 values are printed in the output 31 to 27. So there are 31 values present in our CSV file. So if you want to print 20, you have to type 20 and then you have to run the code. So you can see bottom to 20 values printed in the output 31 to 12. So that's the use of head and tail function. Head function prints top 5 values or top 10 values. Tail function prints bottom 5 values or 10 values. Welcome everyone to the third class. In today's class, we are going to discuss about information function in pandas. So the concept of information is nothing but it prints the information of our CSV file. So what are all the data types? What are all the columns available in the CSV file? So you have to type print. So you have to type data dot info off. So you have to run the code. You can see the information of our CSV file. So there are 5 columns: duration, date, pulse and max pulse, 32 entries from 0 to 31. So our class will be data frame. And then you can see the data types of the columns: integer, object, float, and also the null values, and then the memory usage. So you can see the kilobyte. So that's the use of information in pandas. Welcome everyone. In today's class, we are going to discuss about drop now function in pandas. So drop now function is very useful for if you want to delete all the null values present in your data set. We are going to need the help of drop now function. So in our CSV file, there are lot of null values are present in our columns. So the null values in the row 20, you can see the null value, and also you can see the null value in the row 24. So there are lot of null values present in our CSV file. we are going to remove the null values from our CSV file. Before using the drop now, you have to remember that by using the drop now function, whole row will be deleted. So you have to remember that drop now deletes whole row of the null value. So we are going to see an example how to delete the null values. So you have to type data equal to, so that's the variable which holds the CSV file, and then you have to type data dot drop now. So that's the function. So drop null values. So after that we are going to print our CSV file. So that's the data. So if you run the code, so you can see all the null value rows are deleted. So you can see there are no null values present in our CSV file. So that's the use of drop now function. If you use drop now function, it completely deletes the null value row. So in our CSV file, there are 33 rows are present. So you can see 33 rows are present in our CSV file, original CSV file. So after the usage of drop now function, only 30 rows are present in our output because the null value rows are deleted from our CSV file. So in the next class, we are going to see about how to fill the null values with random values or own values. Hello everyone, in today's class, we are going to discuss about fill now function in Pandas. So fill now function is opposite to drop now function. So drop now completely deletes the null value rows. But in the fill now function, we are going to fill our own values or random values in the null value rows. For that only we are going to need the help of fill now function. So we are going to see an example. So you have to type data equal to data dot fill now. So you have to type the function fill now. So inside the bracket you have to type your own value which replace the null value. So 1000 will replace all the null values in your CSV file. So after that we are going to print our CSV file. So in the output you can see in the null value place 1000 will be replaced. So you can see all the null values are replaced by 1000. So if the data type is integer, 1000 will be present. If the data type is float, 0 will be added. Hello everyone, in today's class we are going to discuss about how to replace the values in the Pandas dataset. For that we are going to see an example how to replace the value with another value. First we are going to print our CSV file. So in that you can see all the values of the CSV file. We are going to change the value 60 in the duration column with another value. For that you have to type dt, that's the data, and then you have to type the column name duration dot replace function, and then you have to type the values to be replaced. For replacing we are going to use the dictionary key value pair. 60 will be replaced by 100. You can type your own values, comma, in place equal to true. So in place equal to true is nothing but we are going to change our value in the data set. So you have to run, and then we are going to print the value of dt. So you have to remember that for the integer in the dictionary, you don't have to type the quotation. So you have to remove the quotation because in dictionary, integer does not have quotation. So after that, you have to run the code. So in the output, you can see all the 60 values in the duration column are changed to 100. So you can see all the 60s are changed to 100. So that's the use of replace function in Pandas. If we want to replace any value with another value, we have to use the replace function. Welcome everyone. In today's class, we are going to discuss about how to remove the duplicate row from our CSV file. So in our CSV file, the last two rows are duplicated. For that, we have to remove the duplicates from our CSV file. So you have to type df. So that's the data variable df dot drop underscore duplicates. So that's the function to remove the duplicates. And then we are going to print our CSV file. So in the output, you can see the two last rows duplicated are removed. Only one row is present. Other duplicate value row is deleted. Two rows are not deleted. Only one duplicated row is deleted. So that's the use of drop duplicates. So if you want to remove duplicates from the column, you have to type the code for that. For that, we are going to remove the duplicate values from the pulse column. So again, you have to type df dot drop underscore duplicates of. Inside that, you have to type the function subset equal to, and then you have to type the column name. Column name can be pulse. From the pulse, all the duplicate values are removed. So the duplicate values like 103, 108 will be removed. So that's the use of drop duplicates in the subset function. So you can see only less amount of rows are present because all the duplicate value rows are deleted. So in the other columns, the duplicate value will be present. But in the column of pulse, no duplicate value will present. Welcome everyone to the first class of Matplotlib. In today's class, we are going to discuss about how to install and import the package of Matplotlib. So Matplotlib is very useful for data visualization. So the data visualization like creating a graph, creating a bar chart, creating a pie chart, or creating a scatter plot, we are going to need the help of Matplotlib. So first we are going to discuss about how to install the package. For that you have to type pip install and then you have to type the package name Matplotlib. So you have to run the code. So you can see Matplotlib is already installed in my Python 3.10. After that, we are going to discuss about how to import the package for Matplotlib. So you have to type import. So that's the keyword import. And then you have to type the package name Matplotlib dot. We are going to use the sub package pyplot for creating the bar chart, pie chart. As PLT, we are going to call Matplotlib as PLT. So pyplot is one of the sub package in Matplotlib. So you have to run the code. So you can see package is imported successfully. So after that, we are going to import the data set for the Matplotlib. For the data set, we are going to need the help of Pandas. So you have to type Pandas, import Pandas as PD. And then we are going to read our CSV file which have been discussed in the previous Pandas course. You have to type the value data equal to, so you have to type the variable data equal to pd dot read underscore CSV. So that's the syntax for reading the CSV file. You have to type the CSV file name. So you have to run the code. So that's it. So after that, we are going to print our CSV file. So in the output, you can see the CSV file, columns and values. So in today's class, we are discuss about how to install the Matplotlib and how to import the Matplotlib package and also Pandas package. Welcome everyone to the second class of Matplotlib. In today's class, we are going to create a simple graph using the show function. So show function is very useful for displaying the graph. So you have to type plt.plot and then you have to type the values of the CSV file. So you have to type the column names. So we are going to use the duration column and then pulse column for creating our graph. So you have to type inside the square bracket, you have to type the column name. So column will be duration. So you have to type correct and then comma and then data equal to and then data of pulse. And then we are going to use the show function plt.showOff. So in the output you can see the graph for the two columns duration and pulse. So in the x-axis it will be the duration, the y-axis will be the pulse. So we have created the simple graph for our CSV file. So the points can be varied based on the values of the columns. Welcome everyone. In today's class, we are going to discuss about how to create a marker in our graph. For that, we are going to discuss an example. In the previous class, we have created the simple graph. Inside that, you cannot see a marking point of the x-axis and y-axis. For that, we are going to need the help of marker function in Mat. So you have to type plt dot. So plt is the Matplotlib plot of. You have to type the columns data inside the square bracket. We are going to create color is as x-axis and data of, and then you have to type the second axis y-axis value pulse comma, and then you have to type the marker function marker equal to, you can type your own symbol. So first we are going to create a marker of star and then you have to create a show function to display the graph. So you have to run the code. So you can see the marker is placed between both x-axis and y-axis intersection point. So you can see 200 and 110. So marker is placed and then you can see the values placed between x-axis and y-axis intercept. So you can also create your own symbol of marker. Whatever symbol you type inside the marker, it will generate in the output. So most of them uses point for the marker. So we are going to use the point. So in the output you can see the points are placed between the intercept. For the color is the x-axis and the pulse is the y-axis. So the color is started from 195 and ended with 480. So you can see the x-axis value started from 200 to 400 or 550. And then pulse is the y-axis started from 98 and ended with 120. So you can see the values started with 95 and ended with 130. So based on the values of the x-axis and y-axis, marker is placed between their intercept. Welcome everyone. In today's class, we are going to discuss about how to find the x-axis and y-axis in our graph. So in the previous class, we had discussed about how to create a simple graph. So in that graph, we cannot find the x-axis and y-axis properly. For that, we are going to need the help of x-label and y-label function. So x-label is for the x-axis and y-label is for the y-axis. So we are going to create the same graph we have created in the previous class. So you have to copy and paste and then we are going to type plt.xlabel. For the naming of the x-axis, you have to type the title of the x-axis, calories. So calories is the x-axis. And then y-label is nothing but y-axis, and then you have to type the title of the y-axis, that is pulse. And then we are going to show our graph using the show function. So you have to run the code. So in the output you can see the title for the x-axis and the y-axis. So x-axis is the calories and the y-axis is the pulse. Hello everyone, in today's class we are going to discuss about how to create title for our graph. So in the previous class we have discussed about how to create title for x-axis and y-axis. In today's class we are going to create title for our graph. So we are going to use the same graph created in the previous class, and then you have to type the function title. For that you have to type plt.title of. So inside that you have to type your own title. So you can type calories and pulse graph. So after that you have to run the code. So you can see in the output calories and pulse graph presented at the title of our graph. So this graph shows that it created for the calories and the pulse from our CSV file. So that's the use of title function. If you want to create title, you have to use title. Welcome everyone. In today's class we are going to discuss about bar plot in Matplotlib. So bar plot is one of the type of plots in Matplotlib. For that we are going to see an example how to create a bar plot in Matplotlib. For that you have to type plt.bar. So that's the syntax bar. You have to type bar. Inside that you have to type the columns. So column will be calories. So you can type your own columns from the CSV file, and then data, and then you have to type the second column pulse. After that we are going to display our bar plot. You can see in the output bar plot is created using the Matplotlib. So if you want to increase the width of the line, you have to use width function in Matplotlib. So you have to type width equal to 20. So by doing that, the line width will be changed. So you can see line width is changed. So after that we are going to copy all the values we have created in the previous class. So you have to copy and paste and then run the code. So you can see your title, x-axis, y-axis are created. So our bar plot is created using our previous class. So the syntax is nothing but dot bar. And then we are going to discuss about how to change the color of the bar plot. For that you have to type the color equal to single hyphen. So you have to type your own colors, whether it can be red, yellow, black or white. You can type your own color. So after that you have to print. So you can see you have changed the color of the bar plot. So you can also change the colors whatever you want. So if you want to show two or more colors in the bar plot, you have to create square bracket. Inside that you have to type the colors. So you can see green and red shown in the output. So after that we are going to discuss about how to increase the width and height of our bar plot. For that we are going to create a function that is figure size. So you have to type plt.figure and then bracket. Inside the bracket you have to type fig size equal to open bracket. Inside that you have to type the width and height. So width can be 10, height can be 5. So after that you have to print. You can see your width and height of the bar plot is increased. So figure size can be very useful for if you want to increase the width and height of your bar plot or pie chart or any other chart, you have to use the figure size. So in today's class we have discussed about how to create a bar plot in Matplotlib. So other chart can also be easily created in Matplotlib. Instead of typing the bar name, you have to type the pie chart or scatter plot name. Then scatter plot pie chart will be generated in your output. So Matplotlib is very useful for data visualization.